sweet potatoes. How are you? If you're wondering why my, which side? This side? If you're wondering why my lip looks a little bit funny, I had an allergic reaction to some, makeup the other night. Well, the other week. Whenever I was out at Decon, I had a bit of an allergic reaction. So that's why. Welcome to episode 3 of Pillow Talk. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of cool stuff to talk about today. Yay! So, I guess, first thing to... What am I saying? So, I was going to tell you about the first thing first, but I'm going to tell you about that second, because the second thing will make more sense to tell you now. Get what I mean? Okay, so, you guys know that I have been going back and forward to my doctor to try and find out why I'm sick and sore all of the time, and we are inching closer and closer to finding out that reason. But in the meantime, he has put me on a small handful of drugs to help with my pain and my sickness and yada yada. And some of them, the ones I take for pain, for headaches and stuff, make me really dopey. Like, I take them at night, and he says, oh, they might help you sleep. They might also help you never wake up again. They're very strong for me. I don't take many meds, so maybe I'm just baby, but my speech is slurred, and I am so tired and so completely dopey. I mean, look at my eyes. That's just not normal. So if I seem a little bit, that's why. High doses of medication. Yay! I also just got out the shower, and I couldn't be bothered. I don't have a hairdryer anymore. I don't know where it went in the move, but I have no hairdryer, and I couldn't be bothered waiting for it to dry, so I just kind of, you know. So the first thing I was going to tell you is that my Patreon is now live. Yay! And it's really awesome. It was really weird trying to set it up, actually. I found it kind of complicated, but I'm not good with tech, so it's probably really easy for everyone else. So if you are interested in being a patron of mine and supporting me in general and stuff, I will tell you what you can do once I get my laptop, because I can't remember. Hold on. I actually had to make up my forehead for once, because you can see it through this bouncy fringe. If you want to become a patron, I will put a link in the description and pop up a box somewhere on the screen. There are 3 tiers that you can choose from. Tier number 1 is Gem tier, where you can just pledge. It's the equivalent of £1 Scottish, I think, or $1.50, just to support me to do my stuff, and I can save it all up to get a camera, because I'm using my phone right now, and equipment and all that jazz. It's all in there. Tier number 2 is Crystal tier, and in this tier, I will tell you, you will get between 2 to 3 blooper and fail videos a month, which at this rate is not going to be hard. Cute pictures and snaps of me, and probably my bears as well, and optional, you can get some little doodles from me as well. I'll probably do between 2 and 3 alongside each video a month. So that's exciting. And then finally, tier 3 is the Super Unicorn tier. This is for the therapy stuff that I talked about. If you pledge to this tier, then once a month, or, well, you can do it as a one-off, it doesn't matter, but you can email me all of your questions and your queries and your problems with life, things you want help with, to unicornprincess714@gmail.com, and I will answer them for you and give you like a therapy video to help you with your stuff. I can send it to you privately, or I can make it part of Pillow Talk, or I can do both. You'll get it on Patreon anyway, because you will unlock it after becoming a patron. So that's the exciting thing that I have to talk about. Patreon is live. I'm very excited about it. I don't know what to expect from it, but I'm happy that it's there. It's an option, and I'm very excited to hear from you guys. Please send me an email. I'll link it down below with anything you're having troubles with, anything you want to talk about, anything you're scared about, it can be completely private. I don't have to release it anywhere. It will just be locked only for you to see, or sent to you. I'll figure it out. Or it can be public, and I'll put it in Pillow Talk, and I'm very excited to help you guys out. Really very excited. Okay, so I did this a little bit backwards. I did the second part first, and now I'm going to do the first part second. But that's okay. We'll get there. So, basically, like I said, I'm on a lot of different drugs and stuff just now that make me really woozy. This is the most dressed I've been in the past couple of days. It's really bad timing because I'm sitting my 4th year right now, so I'm so busy and I have very little time to get everything done. But I can't concentrate at all, and then my sewing machine won't work either, and I don't know why, so now I'm sewing everything by hand and it's taking so long, so that's a bit stressful, but it's okay because what happens, I'll get it done, and I'll probably show you guys. Would you be interested in that? I'll show you a video of my degree show and stuff. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna have it as a memento, so that'll be a thing. Thing I've been having a lot of trouble with in the past 7 months is the whole friend thing. I find it very hard to connect with people, but I want to be friends with people really badly, but I find it very difficult sometimes, and I don't want to be that guy, but I find it a lot harder to make friends with girls than I do with guys, because my experience has shown me that when girls are upset with you, they don't tell you they're upset with you. Boys do. If boys are annoyed with you, they just say, hey, you did that thing, that was a dick move, straight away. And then I'm like, oh god, sorry, that's not what I meant, let me make it up to you. Girls don't do that. And now I'm not saying this is 100% of the case all the time, I'm just saying purely 100% in my experience, I have found it a lot harder to make friends with girls than with boys. Quite specifically for this reason. I need open dialogue, constant open dialogue to feel close to people. And I think that's a really important part of making friends. And I kind of wanted to talk about that just a little bit. If you want to be friends with people, and they've done something or said something that was kind of shitty and it upset you, tell them immediately. Tell them straight away. Sometimes it's awkward, and sometimes it's embarrassing, and sometimes you might be thinking, maybe I shouldn't be mad about that, oh, they probably didn't mean it. It didn't matter. With any relationship, if you want it to work, open dialogue. Just tell them how you feel. Don't do any of this pouty, I'm not telling you what's wrong, but I want you to know that I'm mad stuff. Don't do that. The same with like having a partner. If you want a relationship to work, talk to each other. Most things can be resolved with open, honest communication. I can't stress that enough. I think another important thing as well is that you can't be friends with everybody. Some people are just not going to like you, and that's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with you, just some people don't connect well. And in the instance that you have a friend and you do connect well and something happens and you want to fix it but they don't, you have to let it go. Sad but true. Something I'm having to hammer on myself is not to beat myself up when things don't go well. Sometimes it's just out of your control, and sometimes that's just going to happen with people. People are just going to turn on you, and there's not necessarily going to be anything you can do about it, so you just have to do your best. Maybe give it one shot. Try to connect with them. Maybe try to communicate with them again. Do all you can, but don't drag it out. If it's not going anywhere, if the friendship that you're trying to rekindle or repair, if they're not willing, you can't force it out of them. And it's really sad and it's really hurtful, but you have to just let them go and move on, basically. One thing I've learned from the past 7 months or so is that sometimes people just do stuff. You know, you think you know people and that you can trust people, and then it turns out that you can't, and that just happens sometimes. And you have to kind of just accept it and let it go. And you will exhaust yourself trying to get through to people and trying to connect with people. If you're the only one trying to fix things, it's never going to go anywhere. And it doesn't matter how much you loved them or how much they meant to you. You have to accept that it's done, and you just have to let it go. The same goes with relationships. If you're clinging desperately to make this thing work, and the other person isn't or doesn't care, there's no point. You just have to let it go. Well, that was depressing. But it doesn't have to be depressing. The important thing is that you have to look after yourself as well as looking after the feelings of other people. But you have to check in with you all of the time. If somebody tells you that you're a bad person and you go, oh my god, I'm a bad person, check in with yourself. Ask yourself some questions, because just because they say something about you is true doesn't mean that it's true. Doesn't mean that it's real. If somebody told me I was a racist, I might go home and think, oh my god, am I a racist? But I know I'm not. So it doesn't mean that it's true. And if you have one or two very close friends, people you really trust, that haven't let you down ever, that you've known for years maybe check in with those people. Ask them. That's what I do. And if someone tells me something that I'm not sure about me, I'll go to those friends and I'll say, hey, somebody said that I was this. What do you think about that? And it's not a guilt trip. I want to know. If I'm behaving in a way that sucks, I want people to tell me so that I can adjust it, because it's definitely not my intention to be a dick. But again, just because someone says something about you doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. A lot of the time when people are mean or act out of sorts or drop you like a stone for absolutely no reason, it's something about them that they're projecting onto you, and there's nothing you can do about that either. It's the same with helping people. You might really want to help somebody, but if they don't want to be helped, nothing you can do can change that. It's like hitting your head off of a brick wall. It's not your fault, it's not necessarily their fault either. A lot of people just don't know they've got stuff going on. Oh, that was a huge ramble. Okay, so let's recap. The sucky things are that I'm on a lot of drugs, had a lot of trouble with friend stuff recently, and I have a lot going on that I'm not doing too great at keeping on top of, a lot of because of the drugs. But on the positive side, my Patreon is live now, which is really awesome. Some people have come through for me recently to really support me. I'll pull a bunch of people, actually. You know what, I have a lot of support when I ask for it, which would be a positive thing that I have learned, which is that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay sometimes to not be able to manage, because we can't. Sometimes we can't manage, and a lot of the time we do need help, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's all good stuff. And I guess progress. Even though things are slow with my medical stuff, it's happening. It's getting somewhere. Next month, well, on the 30th, I'm going to, or I think I am, I'm going to rheumatology and cardiology to check out more interesting things. Uni is happening. Slowly, but it's going somewhere. I have to show you guys these plushies that I made for my project. I'm so excited about them. They're not done. I'll talk about it next Pillow Talk, and I'll show you then. So that's something to look forward to. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, please, please do send me your worries, your thoughts. Send me them in my Gmail. I will link it below. I'll pop my Patreon up on the screen as well. And yeah, become a patron and shoot me your requests for stuff and I will help you out. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. Your comments truly, honestly get me through some very hard times. And I hope that I can do the same for you and give you something back. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Love.